So we've got two superstars. James, obviously, a legend as a rugby star. So I think 77 caps for England, and a very, very proud man wearing that English shirt, right? And of course, Chloe Madeley, okay, superhero too. Okay, probably most famous, Chloe, sorry, for your abs. Okay, they're incredible abs, right? So, all right, super famous as a TV presenter, but as a fitness guru, written books which are awesome, and I should mention both your podcasts as well, right? Because both you do really fantastic podcasts. So I mean, you train lots of people. Are they mainly going at I mean, what's the main goal? Okay, I mean, I just nicked a book off the shelf there, right? So when I was, I think 25, okay, so it's a while ago. Yeah, okay, but I was trying to become, top. And there was a trainer, and he was training Ivan Lendl, who was the top tennis player, right? And he wrote a book, Eat to Win, okay, which was, on slow burning carbs and just making sure. And I thought, hang on, can I actually perform better and be better at my job by the food that I eat? I was like, ooh, hang on, okay, I can actually earn more money and be better at it just by learning, okay, and that's what started me. Now that's not my goal. Now my goal is I want to live forever.
Yeah, just like my dad.
Do you know what I think what it is though? It is really interesting because, I've been to the VIA obviously awards a number of times. And you've got a young go-getter staff, and more often than not, you've got guys who are who want to have a certain lifestyle, and a lot of people, to get from A to B, will sometimes cut corners, or from A to B, they'll be so focused on doing the bigger picture, they don't understand how to actually get there and what it takes. And I genuinely mean this. Is, for example, when I was playing as a rugby player, I would, A would be I'm starting off, B would be the ultimate performance in a match, right? And you could say to yourself, I want to play better, right? And self-talk is sometimes great. But that can be quite a daunting challenge to get to the top. And I genuinely mean that you can, to make things easier, if you imagine your week, right? And you imagine you start off a week on 0%. And to improve, you need to be every week, say 10% better than you were the week before. That's a great mentality to have. But the way you get your 10% is, again, not just being better, it's going, right, let me split my life up into these different sections. And so nutrition is one section. The next thing is so for example, around your job. So if you want to be the best at what you do, you have to read around your job. You have to go and find people who are doing what you do better and ask them for feedback. You have to put the hours in where other people aren't going to do it. You have to seek feedback. Right? That in itself, I've given you 4 things on how you can improve just your work. And that's not just saying I'm going to improve my work. I've given you 4 actual physical things you can do. The next thing would be, right, your mental health. What are you doing to help develop that? Are you speaking to people? Are you aware that you could improve? I talk about mental health all the time, not because I've got mental health issues, but because the most powerful thing we have is our brain. Yet, if I told you could run faster wearing a pair of trainers, you'd all go out and buy them. If I said you could change your life by developing your mental health and become more successful than you ever dreamed, 90% of you wouldn't do anything about it because you're like, oh, it's a bit awkward. You're going to say something.
No, I was also just going to say taking control of your diet and exercise routine, taking control of your body. I mean, I do have mental health issues. I've got acute anxiety disorder, which is great fun. But just by diet and exercise, I really, like in terms of my practical day-to-day life, took control of that. And it's hugely alleviated. But I would go as far as to say 90% of my anxiety issues. And that's not to say that you then can't have your real life balance. Like at the end of the day, you can have a glass of wine with your partner, or you can have a big bowl of, spaghetti bolognese and relax because you've been great all day. You've ticked all your nutritional boxes. And I'm not saying now you can throw yourself headfirst into a takeaway and all the alcohol, but you can absolutely have some room to maneuver here, to relax, to decompress. And the same thing, goes for the weekend. I mean, tracking calories is fantastic. If you bank 200 calories a day of your weekly intake for the weekend, you have an extra 1,000 calories where you can go to a barbecue. You can have, and all the taking control and understanding how your body works and actually feeling better, physically, all of these things are greatly going to help your mental health. It all works hand in hand. Sorry, go on.
No, and that's exactly right. So for example, if you took the control of the diet, that's another segment. Okay, like we talked about, and those kind of, and again, it's not just taking control, it's drilling down to what Chloe said. Suddenly you're tracking calories, suddenly you're banking calories, suddenly you're actually having that balance. You're not just eating, chicken and brown rice and that real boring lifestyle that nobody wants, that isn't sustainable. You suddenly make those decisions. And then, you then sort of look at the next segment of is how can I better? Well, the kind of people I hang around with. Who do I associate with? You know, I know when you're younger, your mum always said, be careful of so-and-so, they're going to bring you down, and you always ignored them.
You were that guy.
I was that guy. But later on in life, you meet these people and you realize that some people achieve all they're going to achieve, and they're just very negative, and it's always the world's fault. And then you meet the other people who are like, right, forget this, I'm going to make stuff happen. And if you imagine, I've just given you 8 or 9 things there. If you improve one of those things each day by 1%, suddenly at the end of the week, you're 15 to 20% better than you were at the start of the week. And that's how you get to the ultimate goal. That's how you do it. Not by just going, I'm going to be better, but by chipping away. And it's that simple. In this weird, uncertain time, everything we're sort of telling you now about today is giving you as control, as Chloe said, but also it's a routine to hang your hat up. So it's exactly right. If you're at the workplace and you know you've got to be there, you can still manipulate that period of time. Yes, you have to be at the phones. I know some of you had a very stressful time, but there is always, you know, that moment you're sitting fiddling around Instagram, you could use that segment of time to get up and walk around, go and see people, speak to someone, read something that will actually develop you. Like I got myself a PlayStation 5 the other day, and I played it twice, and I'll tell you why, because every time I go to play it, I think, is there something I could be doing that's going to make me a better DJ, better music producer, better fighter, better trainer, more healthy? And the answer is, of course. Yeah. So I never play it because there's always something better I could do. And that's the same thing with you know, all these distractions we have. Yes, you should let your hair down, and when I really need to unwind, I will switch off. But being better is it's a 9 to 5 job, and it's a 5 to 9 job. It never stops. You've just got to have that mentality the whole time, going, can I do better? Can I do better? But also, as Chloe said, sometimes realizing what you have achieved and take that minute off and go, I'm going to have a beer, I'm going to have this thing, I'm going to go for a McDonald's, I'm going to watch something, I'm going to relax.